This is R.D. Sharma solution, class 12th, chapter 6, determinants, exercises 6.4. Show that each of the following systems of linear equations is inconsistent. Inconsistent means what? Normally we find the x, y value using linear equation in 3 variable or 2 variable. But at that time, d1, d2 has certain value because x comes as d1 by d, y comes as d2 by d. If there are 3 variable, that is linear equation with 3 variable, we have z equals d3 by d. Now the capital D is the denominator, is in the denominator. What happens if the value in the denominator is 0? If I tell you that you divide something by 0, you will say, how can I divide anything by 0? That means it is inconsistent. That means it is not defined, it is undefined. Okay? So whenever you have a 0 in the denominator, but d1, d2, d3, they are not equal to 0. So d has to be 0, but d1, d2, d3 are not 0, then we say that the linear equation is inconsistent. So one of this I am going to tell you. Let us take 24 or 25, because by that you will understand 22 and 23 also. That is, you will be able to understand how actually the inconsistency happen. In 3 by 3, so you will be able to understand 2 by 2 also. So I am taking 3x minus y plus 2z equals 3. So a1, b1, c1, I am taking this 24th question. So it is 3 actually on the first equation. So 2x plus y plus 3z, 2x plus y plus 3z equals 5. So you just have to change that first equation. I have written 6, it has to be 3. So there is a slight correction. Let me come to the third equation. It is x minus 2y and minus z equals 1. So a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, a3, b3, c3, and even d2, d3 you understood. So whenever we try to find out d, how do we do it? See, a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, and c1, c2, c3. So what do you get here? So when we have to find out d1, we replace a1, a2, a3 by 3, 5, 1. b1, b2, b3 for d2 will be replaced by 3, 5, 1, and c1, c2, c3 will be replaced by 3, 5, 1 for d3. But if d is equal to 0, but d1 and d2 and d3 they are not equal to 0, then only we say that the system of linear equation it is inconsistent, right? d1, d2, d3 should not be equal to 0, only d has to be equal to 0. So let us give you the idea what you have to do here. So this is 3, 2, 1, a1, a2, a3, minus 1, 1, minus 2, that is b1, b2, b3, and c1, c2, c3 is 2, 3, minus 1. Okay. Now this has to be replaced. This has to replace determinant. I hope you will be able to do it. It will be 0. d1 will be what? 3 to 1 has to be replaced by 3, 5, 1. There is a slight change, right? And in d2, the second column has to be replaced by 3, 5, 1. In d3, we have to replace the third column by 6, 5, 1, right? So this first and second will remain same. Only the third one will be 3, 5, 1 or any other number which is on the right hand side. So the d1 will come as minus 15, d2 will in this example will come as minus 15, d3 will also come as minus 15. So whichever you use, x and y and z will not come. They are inconsistent, undefined. Why? Because see, the system linear equation, if I tell you that minus 15 divided by 0, you will say, how do I divide it? It's not possible, right? It is inconsistent. So I hope you will be able to do this, because the determinant you know how to compute it. So this is a it has not been asked that it is inconsistent, consistent, or which kind of thing. So you just have to compute d first. So it will be 3, 2, 3, minus 1, 6, and 2, 1, 5, like this, d. So when we compute this, it is going to come as 4. And when we compute d1, the first 3 to 3 is replaced by 6 to 20. it will be minus 12. D2 will replace minus 1, 6 by 6, 2, 20. It will come as minus 4, and D3 will come as, when we replace 2, 1, 5 by 6, 2, 20. So 28. So when you divide these two, x will be minus 3, y will be minus 1, and z will be 4. Z will be equal to 7. So this is x, y, z. Show that each of the following system of linear equations has infinite number of solutions and solve. What does it mean when we have infinite number of solutions? That means when I ask you that in a line, how many points are there? You will say infinite points. And when the system of linear equation, they all represent the same line. That is, when we solve it, actually, solution of a linear equation is basically where two lines intersect, where three lines intersect. That is the solution. But infinite number of solution means these all are same. Okay? Or they are parallel, they are not going to intersect anyways. Right? So this corresponds to the infinite number of solution. So how do we do this? How do we find out? The first thing is, the first thing, you have to compute the D. Let us do one of it. So let us do any 26, 27, 28. So let us take this D. So I am taking 26. Let us do 26. 1, 2, minus 1, and minus 1, 1, minus 2, and 1, minus 1, 2. So we are doing 26. This is the D. A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So let us compute it. See. And so you can add two rows, first row and second row. You can add them. Row 1 change to row 1 plus row 2. So what do you get? 1 plus 2 is going to be 3. Minus 1, 1, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. 2, 1, minus 1. Minus 1, minus 2, 2. So now you can add column 1 and column 2. So that you get 1 minus 1 as 0 and 2 minus 2 as 0. So you change column 2 to column 2 plus column 3. So 3, 2 minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, 2 minus 2 is 0. So you get 0, minus 1 and 2 here. Okay, let us open this. We are opening it using first row. So 3 into 2 minus 1, 0, 0, minus 0 into something plus 0 into something. But it is coming as 2 into 0, minus 1 into 0, 0 minus 0 into 3 is 0. So determinant is 0 basically. Now the determinant is 0. What is D1? So D1, D2, D3 will also come as 0. We just have to replace 1, 2, minus 1 by 3 to 1. In the first case, D1. Same thing, other things will remain same. Okay, I hope you are able to do now. D2, D3, other also you can compute. So R1, we are changing it to R1 plus R2. So 3 plus 2, 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. You get 2, 1 and minus 1. So I'll just do it column 1 plus column 2 also here in this step. So you get 0, here give 0, here 0. And since one of the column is 0, that means 0. If you want to open it, you can open it. Otherwise, one of the column is 0. It's simple. In the first one also D, one of the column, that is the second column, was 0. So I'm just doing it, but it's a property. One column or one row, if it is 0, the determinant is 0. But D is 0, D1 is 0, D2 is 0, D3 is also 0. When all of them are 0, it means infinite number of solutions. This is how we do it. Same here. I hope you'll be able to solve the 27th and 28th question also. All of them 0, infinite number of solutions. This also you'll be able to do. Okay, same thing. Just see that all the determinant D, D1, D2, D3, D4, they are coming as 0. If it is 0, then we can say that it is infinite solution. So you just try to do it. I'm just giving you the reference of the answers, but you need to try it by yourself. A salesman has the following records of sales during the 3 months for 3 items ABC which have different rates of commission. Now, month is given January, February, March. And sale of unit, see A, B and C. So you can represent A by X, B by Y and Z by the quantity of A, X, B, Y, C, Z. So 90 into X plus 100 into Y plus 20 into Z is going to be equal to total commission is what? 800. 800. So first equation is 90x plus 100y plus 20z equals 800. You can keep it like that, but the better way is to divide whole equation by 10 just to make it easier. That is 9x plus 10y plus 2z equals 80. This you can use either of the equation you can use. I'm just simplifying it. The basic thing is to make the equations. This is where for your first equation. Second equation will be 130x plus 50y plus 40z plus 40z is equal to 900, right? Now again divide both sides by 10. Either you can do divide by 10 or you can use it directly also. This is going to be your second equation. Now third equation similarly is 60x plus 100y plus 30z, 30 into z equals 850. Okay, you can also divide or you can use this equation directly. So 6x plus 10y plus 3z equals 85. This is the division by 10. So we have three equations here. Now, so let me just write the determinant. Actually, basic idea is to make the equation. Other things you know the Kramer rule now. So it will be determinant will be 9, 13 and 6, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10 and 2, 4, 3. So you just have to solve this. It is going to come as negative 175. If you are not comfortable, if you want to keep it as 90x plus 100y plus 20z equals 800, then you can keep all these values because the equations I've already showed you. So you will compute it as minus 175,000. 175,000. But this will come as minus 175. It will not be 000. Remember, if you take the first equations like 90x 100y, that will come as 175,000. Right? Okay. So this will come as minus 175. D1 also you can compute, D2 also you will compute, and D3 also you can compute. And once you compute the D1, D2, D3, X will be D1 by D, Y will be D2 by D, Z will be D3 by D. Okay. So this first will be replaced by in D1. First will be replaced by the 80, 90 and 85. In my version, I am just telling you. 80, 90 and 85. In D2, it is not D3, it is D2. This will be replaced by 80, 90 and 85 in D3. 80, 90, 85. This has to be replaced. So D1, D2, D3 is computed, D is also computed, X will be equal to D1 by D, Y will be D2 by D and Z will be D3 by D. Okay. So X will be 2, Y will be 4 and see this D1 is going to come as minus 350 with my what I told you. So easier way is to do that. Y will be 4 and Z equal 11. I hope you'll be able to do it. And basic is the rate of commission always we represented using percentage. So it will be 2%, 4%, 11%. That is what you have to write. Right? Okay. So this basic idea is to make the equations that I have made, and rest you know already. An automobile company uses three types of steel S1, S2 and S3 for producing three types of cars C1, C2, C3. Steel requirements in tons for each type of cars are given below. X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z we are taking because S1, S2, S3 are the steel, and car and number of car, because it is number of cars they have asked, and it has to come for first steel is 29, second steel is 13 and third steel is 16. So 2x 3y 4z equals, let me make equation here only, 2x plus 3y plus 4z equals 29. This is first equation. Second equation is 1x plus y plus 2z equals 13. 3x, I am making equation here itself. So 1x plus y plus 2z equals 13, 3x plus 2y plus z equals 16. So D will come as, I'll just write the D, it will be 213, 312 and 42 minus 1. 4 to 1. When you solve it, it is going to come as 5. Similarly, D1, first column you just replace by 29, 13, 16. And D2, D3 likewise, second and third column you have to change. D2, D1 come as 10, D2 will come as 15, D3 will come as 20. So we'll replace the third column by 29, 13 and 16. X will come as 2, Y will come as 3 and Z will come as 4. So now the number of car produced by type C1, C2, C3 are 2, 3 and 4. Basically, main is to create an equation. Other things you are able to solve it. Okay, this is all about this exercise. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.